Welcome to the On the Beaten Path Season 1 wrap-up, and it's all about spotlighting and talking about the musicians that made Season 1 spectacular. Now, we're not going to talk about everyone, just the musicians that actually gave us their music. Generous souls.
Generous.
Generous souls. First stop in Episode 1 was India.
That would be Prana.
That would be Prana, indeed. Now, how would you describe Prana's music, Gary?
Well, it's influenced by Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Pink Floyd stuff in there.
Sure.
He uses the mouth trumpet.
Yes, which we all should use. We all should use more.
You don't see a grown man do that very often.
Let's listen to a little bit about. Let's listen to Prana doing the mouth trumpet right here. And that's Prana at his finest. This is his album here. You can see his little caricature here, cartoon, red hair, big red hair. He's also a very big personality. Great CD. You can learn all about Prana at the website here at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Now next we went to London, but we don't have a London CD. We should. We met that young little hip hop girl on the street. Remember that? We bought one of her albums.
It's called the One Academy, and it's basically all solo artists that have come together to bring the funk back within the music industry.
And my question is, where did the funk go? There was some sort of law in England where you couldn't sell your album on the street. And so, as it turned out, they emailed us and said, don't use that footage. But of course we did. All right, next we went to Laos. We didn't really get anything in Laos, so then we went to Vietnam. What's first up for Vietnam?
Ta Trickers.
That Trickers.
Yeah.
The Trickers are a DJ group who are half Parisian, half Vietnamese, right? They were a duo. They were down
for the mask thing. It's fantastic.
The whole mask. And this is a little bit of what the Trickers sounds like.
Let's go. We in the ER at the Lima, steaming down the nozzle of a tank, nigga, FEMA. Behold the plague of mosquitoes.
As you can see right up there with the nice strong house, very, very groovy stuff. But Vietnam was a hotbed of music. What else did we get? The Karen Mannion Quintet. Now, I know what you're thinking. She's hugely famous in Canada, which is what the Intercontinental Hotel claims, and she's a fantastic, fantastic talent.
What was she doing in Vietnam?
She was doing a nightly showcase at the Intercontinental Hotel. The Purple Jade Bar, was it called?
That is correct.
And she's a jazz musician from Canada, actually. Who's performing with a Vietnamese band in Ho Chi Minh. And this is one of her albums. You can buy this at her shows, but you can learn more about Karen Mannion right here, in this little area right here, and you can learn all about her. She's a fantastic, fantastic live performer, amazing stage presence, and she wears fishnets. So what's not to like? Here's a little 10-second clip of Karen Mannion and her soulful blues and jazz.
To be or not to be, that is not the question. I decided long ago.
Now next week, we don't have a CD for the next one, but we happen to meet one of the Vietnam Idol finalists, Thao Chang, pop singer in her own right. We got to see her perform live, and we got to see her rehearse with her band. Incredible stuff.
Well, you can go to the clips to see that.
You absolutely can. Vietnam, that's episode, would you like some pop with your Saigon? That's part 2, part 3.
It's one of the parts.
It's in there. You can go to boardofdirectors.com and find it. But here's a little bit of what Thao Chang has to offer. This is her hit single in Vietnam, The New Me.
This is the new me, my new identity. I have changed, I'm a stronger now.
That's Vietnamese pop music at its finest. Look for Thao Chang taking over the world. Cute as a button, too. All right, what do we got next? Still in Vietnam, Global Heat. Now, this is a hip-hop album by a guy named Justin Merto, who helps to organize and run the hip-hop house, the Peace House in Ho Chi Minh. And here they practice the 4 elements of hip-hop. You got to practice some elements of hip-hop as well. That's Gary doing some DJing over there. I failed miserably at dancing. This is a little bit of Justin Merto's hip-hop that he helped produce. We can check it out right here.
To my mic, tonight, let's do this thing right. To my feet, don't fail me now. We in the light of the spot. To my right hand man, let's get it hot. To the sound man, turn me up. Prof about to drop. To the people in the front row, I should probably warn you. Prof spit.
After Vietnam, we went to Bali.
We did went to Bali.
We did went to Bali. We went to Bali, and it was fantastic. A guy dancing over there.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We're in Kuala Lumpur, by the way. We're in a park and people are dancing. We went to Bali, met a ton of great people. First up,
On day one, though, we
Day
met Karsten.
Karsten Schroer and Soul Flip. What is Soul Flip, Gary?
Well, Soul Flip is a fusion of gamelan musicians with techno or
House beats.
house beats.
Very funky, very groovy. You got the gamelan, which is like their little xylophone with the metal plates. You got gong drums, you got bongo drums, you got the bamboo flutes. You got DJ, who's DJ Kaz, I believe is Karsten Schroer's stage name, and he throws down the beats behind the music, and it's pretty impressive. Here's a song called Head Massage that was a very popular hit for Soul Flip.
What I liked about, because Karsten also gave us a kachak fusion thing that he did with some beats behind it.
Oh, that kachak. That was incredible. Do you want to hear that right now?
I would love to hear
Let's
that.
hear it. This is Karsten Schroer's remix of the famous Balinese dance, the kachak dance. Here's a little snapshot of the remix. All of these songs you can probably find if you look for these guys. Right here, for these guys. I hope that works. All right, this is the kachak remix. After we went to Bali, we finished season 1 in Singapore. Now Singapore, as you know from watching the episode, it was a silly one, a very silly episode where we hijacked a tour boat and did a show. But we did happen to meet a Singaporean local singer-songwriter, Sean Harrison.
Sean Harrison, that's right.
Yeah, very good singer. And he was performing at a little place called the Prince of Wales Backpacker Pub. He's just recording his album now, but you can learn all about Sean Harrison right here, right in this little spot, right here.
Plus, you can see the bonus scene.
That's
with
right.
Sean Harrison.
And you can listen. He's a wonderful young man to talk to. He's very un-Singaporean, and that is not an insult to everyone who is Singaporean, but he just has a very refreshing view on what it means to be an independent artist, and that's very cool. And of course, if you've watched season 1 in its entirety, you've probably heard some songs from this band. This is the Malaysian Independent Voice Independent Music Award winner for the most exciting, exhilarating, electrifying live act. This is the Benchmarks.
We have met those guys.
We have.
We haven't done a segment on them.
We've met them the same way that Clark Kent has met Superman. I guess you would say. Because Gary is the bass player of the Benchmarks, and I'm the guitarist and singer of the Benchmarks. And songs that you would have heard are, of course, the theme song to season 1, Come On. You would have heard Come On. Come On. You would have heard Freedom, I think. Definitely we heard Freedom.
Times, yeah.
Smell the Music was in there, especially the hard one in the Singapore episode. What else would
That kind of girl with the
doves
flying away?
Oh, that's right. The doves. That's right. And the Lao episode and the freeing the birds. That's right. So you can learn all about the Benchmarks right here. And the Benchmarks are actually available also on iTunes. You can buy the full album for like $9.99, and you can buy it right here if you want. 13 tracks of goodness. That's
14.
That's right. There is a hidden track, which
Yes,
is
there
now no longer hidden. But season 1, we met tons of incredible musicians, and season 2 is shaping up to be just as good. We got back from Cambodia and some more incredible music coming your way. So thank you for watching. If you haven't watched yet, www.boardofdirectives.com, and you can watch all of the episodes. And we'll see you next season.
Looking forward to it.
All right, catch us live somewhere on this planet. Peace.
Peace.
I know.